Oh, I gotta go sideways. Here we go. The computer screen sideways. All right, so we're here building this wall. Got the two sides framed. Luis and Carlos kicked butt on that. So next we're gonna be doing these little wing walls that come out the side, and then there's a rake wall that goes here with 3 windows in the middle. So you can kind of envision that going up, over like that. We'll throw our subfascia on that, just like we did that wall. Yeah, it should be a fun one. And then we'll stand them all together as one unit. What's up, everybody? In this one, gonna be building that rake wall I was just talking about in that little intro video. It's a pretty cool one, kind of a compound rake wall. It's a 1 foot bump out built onto these 2 walls on the side. So these little wing walls are only about 6.5 inches. So including the 5.5 inch wall that we are going to build and attach onto it, it adds up to a total of 1 foot. So this wall is a rake wall. So what I'm doing right here is I'm calculating my top plate lengths. So I know that my total wall is 10 foot long, so I divide that by 2, that's 5 foot, and then I get my diagonal at an 8-inch pitch, and that gives me my plate length. And then same thing for my studs, I just measure from the edge to my layout line, do a run and a rise, and add that to my base stud height, which in this case was 10 foot 5. And this wall was pretty much only windows, so I literally only had to get 3 measurements, and then I was ready to go. So I got all those for landing. He pre-cuts them. I run them back over to the wall. Nice. And we're framing away in no time.
Gotta go fast so the drone doesn't fall out of the sky.
We had these 6x6s for a trim detail later on. Where we're gonna have 4x4s ledger locking into this wall to support, I mean, really nothing but themselves. It's purely architectural, but they are solid 4x4s, so they need solid backing. So you can see this here is sort of a trimmer king stud trimmer. So it's a trimmer on each side of a king stud. So I flip it over, and then I got my trimmer on the other side.
Hang in there, drone. You're doing great.
Same with this one. This king stud trimmer pack is double. So it's a 9 foot header height on the middle and then 7 foot header height on the sides. So it turns out to be a pretty cool wall in the end. You see our 6x6 a little better there. We've been really loving this max high pressure system. It's been absolutely phenomenal.
I just wanted to double check.
So much power, super consistent. It's been great for sheeting as well. It's just been an all around awesome product. We're super happy we spent the money on it and would recommend it to anyone who frames. The header, you see it's marked for the RO. It's a 3.0 window with 1 trimmer on each side, which means that our header is cut at 3'3". Same goes for our 2 side windows. They were 2.0 windows, which means they're cut at 2'3". Here's a nice little trick for, I use these to cut my ridge top cripples for this wall. Just put the two pieces of scrap from the studs together and pulled from the long point, cut my measurement, and boom, got my two ones. And they fit
That one was
phenomenal.
Good. That one will
Love
work.
that. Whether it's on lat or not, it's just best practice to put solid studs at the ridge of a rake wall. If you don't, you're brave. That's all I can say.
No, it's good. One more number, Landon? One more number for you? 48 7/8. Squared along.
I've been really liking this sort of combo drone footage where I've got the drone up in the air while I'm wearing the GoPro and framing. I just think it's kind of cool to give a sort of dynamic view of what's going on from bird's eye view, but also what I'm actually seeing personally. Just kind of changes things up a little bit.
That's it. So I'm just gonna nail the double tops and then we can move this thing. And then we can move the wall.
So this house had a lot of gables in the second story. I think we built 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rake walls like this. This was actually the smallest of them all. But pretty much a bulk of the second story walls were pretty much like this. Except most of them were actually too big. We could never hope to lift them like that.
Oh, yep, there it is.
We've been calling this 3D building. Even though it's all 3D technically. But you get it. So I didn't get any footage of sheeting this, but this is something we've been doing to our gables. We actually just started it on this house. We just made this little stencil of our logo and we will spray paint it on the gable of the wall. Just sort of, you know, it shows that we put pride in what we're building. Got our subfascia outlookers here. 2-foot subfascia here, so our blocks here are 21 inches. So when we add our ledger onto the board and our bar drafter, I think it's called, on the face, it comes up to 2 foot exactly. So the siding crew can just cut a 2-foot rip for the bottom and they're ready to roll.
Yeah, one like here.
So we put these little 45-degree braces on these. It just sort of locks it in square and level. Just hold it in place up until it's all trimmed out and sheeted.
Oh, look.
And then we put these little yellow brackets here. We just throw a few ledger locks on so it's tied into the framing. You can see I've got one into the subfascia, and then I'll usually do 2 or 3 into the actual wall itself. And then we do 2 of these plates total to sort of balance the wall. And from there, it's time to lift with the forklift. So we've had really bad access on this job. So we've had to stand every single one of these walls with this forklift. And a lot of them have been pretty hard to do with what boom we had. And especially you can't get a crane up here. These are mountain roads, it's windy, it's steep, and it just won't happen. Even our material, they drop on the street and we scoop it up with the forklift and bring it up. So since this wall is a 3D wall, you can see our straps are on the gable. So actually if you watch the crew, as I'm lifting this with the forklift, you'll be able to watch them pushing the sides just to support them and keep them from pulling loose. It's really important to have good communication when you're doing anything with heavy machinery. So you can see I'm 100% depending on Landon and for his signals to know what to do.
Tell me when I need to boom in a little. True.
Just like that, our wall's up.
All right, we got it up. There it is. Oh, this is trippy. I don't know how to record backwards. But it's all in. Everything was money on the line.
As the usual.
Yeah, as always. Never have we ever been off on a truck line. But actually, we have been doing really good on this house. So we got it up. So yeah, thanks for watching us kick some mad tail today. We're really proud of ourselves. So yeah.